Good morning, everyone. So excited to have you here with us. This is Stacy Croninger. I'm going to be running the show this morning, have some fun things planned for you. Lisa Evans is in the background answering questions. If she can get to those, she will. If it's something that we don't have an answer for, then we'll find out. We'll let you know later. But we do appreciate you joining us this morning. So we're going to go ahead and get started. These are the things we're going to be covering today. We're going to go through some business ideas, things that you can use to kind of grow your business or help with some of maybe the plans you have going on. We're going to look at the new products for March, talk about a little product information, go over the promotions and sales, and let you know about any upcoming events, and then review our resources and talk about our next meeting. So let's go ahead and get started. First of all, from Shayla, and Shayla, I'm sorry that I cannot even begin to pronounce your last name, so I'm not going to even try. But this was shared with me by Rhonda and Suzanne, and Shayla has been working on her Year in the SNAP program, which if you're not familiar with that, it's the concept of getting together every month with a group of people who want to get their photos into an album. It's designed for those who probably have not started scrapbooking, although it can be used for scrapbookers, and there's 3 simple options. At the end of the call, I'll go through the resources we have available to help you get this started. If you haven't started yet, it's definitely not too late. You can always start anytime. So Shayla said that she has 5 ladies that attend. One person couldn't come, but she still ordered her supplies. She started out the evening by reading the article by Mike Yost, Most Photographed Generation, and then started a discussion about that, which this article is really interesting, talking about how many people have their photos and don't actually do anything with them. And if you Google Mike Yost, Most Photographed Generation, I'm sure you can find that article. Then she watched the 2 introductory Year in the SNAP videos, which are available online, and again, we'll talk about those in the resource section. She reviewed the Year in the SNAP brochure, and she actually printed a copy for everyone, which is nice, so they could see the different products available and take it with them. And the Year in the SNAP brochure actually has a spot on the back where you can write your contact information so that they have it later on as well. She created a quick sheet that had the options and styles and explained the differences between slide to finish and stick to finish. And just a quick overview of that, slide to finish using the slip and multi-pocket page protectors. And a stick to finish is using a traditional page, whether it's cardstock or refill pages, and adhering your photos in journal cards and border strips. Then they watched the How to Select Your Photos video, and she said that she noticed that on this last video that they watched, lots of ladies were taking notes and even changing some of the settings that they had. They were very focused and paid attention. Then, because they had the quick sheet, they could refer to that when they wanted to select their options. So all they had to do is pick the color of their pages, the album colors, and this entire group picked stick to finish, which is always interesting to see who's going to pick what style when they're working on them. This is what I thought was a really great idea. As a group, they picked the dates that they want to meet for their next 3 months. That way, you have everyone who's committed in your group looking at their calendars and deciding what's going to work best. And then they can work later on the last 3, because most of us probably don't have a 6-month calendar nailed down yet. 3 months is doing pretty good, so that's a great idea to do that. Shayla said that she actually had social selling orders that totaled $908 because the ladies bought all their supplies. She said that she's very excited to teach them how to put their pictures together. And here's another key. She reminds them that their homework is to print 32 to 40 pictures to bring to the next workshop, which she's already had. So she's already had her 2nd workshop. And interesting, 5 of the 6 girls had never scrapbooked, so they were very enthusiastic about this. So some great tips there. I'm going to point them out again. One is that to review all the information with the group at your first meeting, to set the next 3 dates that you want to meet together, set up a social so everyone can order their items, which allows them to get half-price items, and then remind them of their homework, which is to print their photos to bring to the next event. So thank you, Shayla, for sharing those. This next one's from Kim Spurlock, and it was also shared with me by Rhonda and Suzanne, and I love this idea. And it's just a simple document that you can create using Word or any word processor, but it's journal prompts. So you'll notice at the top it says journaling ideas for the month of, and then it's divided into people, places, projects, events, quotes, music, entertainment, books, and then other. So this way, as you're looking at photos or as you're thinking about what's happened during the month, you can just jot things down. One of the gals here at the office actually has a file box that she's set up, and it's for her daughter who's almost 18 months old, and she has one for each month. And so as something happens, like when the first time she said one of the dog's names, she pulled out a file card, wrote down the date and what she said, and put it back in. It just sits in her kitchen, so it's very accessible. Same idea with this journal prompts, to be able to have a spot where you can write down the things that happened that month, or as I said, if you're using photos from a previous year, as you go through the photos, you can jot down things you remember. You could even go and talk to people that are in those photos and get some of their input as well. But it will help you when you go to write the actual journaling on your pages to have this type of information. So thanks for sharing that, Kim. That's a great idea. Candy May said that she likes to keep Year in a Snap in the forefront of her people's minds, her club people, and so she sets up a virtual crop, and she calls this one a night owl for those people who like to scrapbook at night, which I'm one of those. I get my creative juju going about 9 o'clock at night. So she has once a month get together, and it's through Zoom, so you do it virtually. You could get together in person and do it as well, but even if they can't attend, it's a reminder that of all the products that are available and that they get together every month. And so she does share this. She has another image that she shares that she asks people to just get it out there on Facebook or social media, whatever it is, to remind people to get their photos in a book. Okay, so those are some great ideas for doing virtual crops to keep people going on Year in a Snap. And Candy is very good to point out that it doesn't matter what product you're using. If you're not doing Year in a Snap, that's okay. Come work on your Heritage Makers products, or work on an Anthology card kit, or whatever it is that you're working on. That's what the virtual crop is for. But she does also focus on Year in a Snap to get people using those products. Okay, from Nancy, this was on Facebook, and she had talked to Rhonda about what products to use because she was creating a book for Italy. She wanted to use the Come Away With Me collection, which is very travel themed, and she found that the light gray in the Blue Skies collection and the greens, the blue greens in the Clean Slate Blue collections worked really well for photo mats. And you can see here, here's that blue green that comes out of the Clean Slate Blue. And here you'll see the blues, it's kind of a grayish blue that comes out of the Blue Skies collection. So just because you're using something like Come Away With Me, or maybe you're using Party Brights, doesn't mean you can't pull papers from another collection. Most of these have color palettes that work very well with each other, even if they're not specifically designed with the same colors. If you pull them out, set them next to each other, it's a great way to stretch your supplies and mix in some different colors and things. I believe this is a pocket border strip, and I cannot for the life of me remember which collection this little blue guy comes out of. But again, lots of different options, so don't forget to pull out your original collections and see how they work with some of our existing ones. The Wonder collection has some nice basic colors that you can use with a variety of different collections, but mix and match. Have fun with all those things to create your quick layouts. So those are some business tips. And I want to explain, the reason why I'm sharing this business tip is that oftentimes when we're talking to people about creating their pages or storing their photos in an album, we think, okay, they have to use the latest paper, or they can only use this collection. It's birthday pictures, so they need to use Party Brights. But if we can get people looking outside of the box and thinking about other combinations, it gives you opportunities to sell additional products, as well as keep people using things they already have, so they don't feel like, well, I already have this stack of paper, I don't want to buy something new. But you can easily show them how to coordinate those pieces, which will help them not only record their memories, but have a desire to buy additional products. Okay, and as you can see in this, she talks about using the border maker. That's another great way to tie in another product as you're working with people on their pages. So those are some business ideas. I hope those will help you kind of get things going in your area that you're working on. And if you have tips that you ever want to share, I'd love to hear them. You can email them to me or you can post them on Facebook, and we'll hold on to them to share them next month. So let's look at the new products we have coming out. First up, in Heritage Maker Studio, in the basic collection, we have this adorable 14 karat. It screams Easter. And the thing I love about it is that it has your bunnies and things like that. But if you'll look, there's some more religious type things like Easter Sunday is in here. There are some very generic patterns that you can use throughout the year. Yes, there are eggs, but there's polka dots and chevrons, plaids, all sorts of fun things. And so this can easily be used throughout the year or for Easter because, like I said, these bunnies, I just love this cute little bunny profile with his little bunny tail on there. So look for 14 karat and ways that that'll be a basic collection coming up. Okay, from Our Memories for Life, we have The Great Outdoors by Lauren Hines. I'll go through that a little bit more when we get to The Great Outdoor, when we get to Our Memories for Life new products, but this will be in the artwork for Heritage Makers. Also a basic collection, Everyday Birthday by Lauren Hines, some sticker images, and again, I'll go through those when we get to Our Memories for Life. And then we've had the request to get these out earlier, so here you go, 2018 calendar grids. Now I'm only showing you the blank ones here, but we also have them with holidays for Canada and holidays for the USA on them where it's appropriate. For example, these cute little tiny grids here, there are not holidays on those because there's not really a way to write New Year's Day on that little itty-bitty square. But the ones that do make sense, we have added those. So you'll see in the basic category, calendar grids, coming up for 2018. So those of you who like to do calendars early or start them mid-year, you have the option to do that. Now in our Premier collection, this first one is Dance in the Rain. Love this one, I think mostly because of the watercolory look to things. If you look at this paper, it's very soft, but the colors are not pastel, they are bold colors, they're just softened. So you've got lots of fun things you can use for spring, like birds and sunshines and umbrellas. But again, we try and pick collections that you can use anytime during the year, so especially in the paper area, but even in these flowers and embellishments and things, you can use them year-round, especially depending on where you live. Some areas get so much rain that you can find beauty in the rain all year long, okay? So Dance in the Rain is a Premier collection. We also have Loving Myself Growth. This one is so trendy as far as the designs and the colors, that combination of green and teal. I love all these geometric patterns in here. You can use this any time of year. It does kind of have some spring things to it, but it's just such a beautiful collection. And it has all these fun words in it, accents, the ribbons, and there's even an alphabet with it. So look for the Loving Myself Growth collection as a Premier collection. Now, moving into Our Memories for Life. I mentioned The Great Outdoors. This is a 2-inch border strip collection. There's not designer cards or pocket pieces to go with it. It's designed to coordinate with the Wonder collection that was just released. Okay, so the Wonder Designer coordinates designer cardstock, as well as the pocket cards and pocket border strips will look amazing with this. And you'll see there's lots of outdoor things, whether you're into camping and hiking or fishing or just enjoying the great outdoors or travel, you're going to find lots of fun things like this Suitcases with the Globe. Isn't that so fun? So if you have a trip planned, that will be a great way to document that trip. And again, these are 2-inch border strips that will coordinate with the Wonder collection. Also for the Great Outdoors, and this is a brand new thing that we're doing, stackable stickers. These are very thick. I have them here, some prototypes of them, and they are amazing. And the concept is that you can layer them on each other. Okay, and I'm going to actually show you a sample of the layering on the everyday birthday ones. But you'll see you have these like scallop guys here. Well, these little circles like this boot fits perfectly inside of there. Or this adventure weight banner works perfectly on one of these other banners over here. So they're made to mix and match and build on top of each other. These little flags fit beautifully on these flags. Okay, so lots of different stickers that you can use. They're thick, they stick well. and this one is for the great outdoors. Now, I do want to point out that all these new items for Our Memories for Life will be available next week, probably Monday or Tuesday. They are on their way to the warehouse but have not arrived yet, so watch for those next week. These will not be available on March 1st. We will be setting up an auto ship that includes some of these items, and you will be able to order your auto ship, but the auto ship will not ship until these are in the warehouse. So this is the great outdoors. Then we have Everyday Birthday, and I don't know if you remember that last month we released 2-inch border strips that went with the Wonder Collection. Well, here we have these stackable stickers again. And I want to show you, I took a journaling card here and I took these flags and I put one of the large flags on it. I pulled off some of the numbers that are stickers and put the year here. I pulled one of these long skinny guys, put it along the bottom. It makes a fun title card. On this one, I've layered 2 of the banner flags, and here I put one of the round circles inside one of the scallop circles. And then finally, this is the bow with, it's just one of these little, it's not oval, it's, I don't know what you call that. It's cute. Cut out and it says it's party. Okay, so lots of ways to use these stickers, whether you use them just as is or if you layer them on top of each other, border strips, journaling cards, or just accents right on your page. Again, they are called stackable stickers. This is the Everyday Birthday Collection, and these will be available the first part of next week. So watch for those that are coming again next week. And yes, they are archival safe. We want to make sure that you are aware of that so that you know that you can use these on your layout safely, okay? So they are archival, so we're excited to have those. In the Anthology DIY arena, we have a brand new, it's called Page Display Kit, and this guy is actually available today. And the concept here is that you're getting this hinged display frame. You can see the hinges right here. This is what it looks like outside of the package. And you take any page layout, doesn't have to be one you create with this kit, any page layout, and you slide it in. So this little U guy is kind of like a little pocket. So you slide the layout into the pocket and it displays just like you see it here. You also get supplies to create at least 8 single page layouts. Now you can create more, you can create less, it depends on how you put it together. We posted a PDF last night that has the instructions for building these single page layouts, but it has lots of fun things. It has patterned paper, and it has some black and white cardstock. It has letter stickers. These are chipboard stickers, paper flowers, lots and lots of fun things to create some layouts that you can put into this display. But as I said, you can use any layout in this hinged display frame. So ones that you created with Our Memories for Life or from previous anthology kits or heritage makers, any of those will work beautifully in this. And it's so easy to swap this out. You just pop open the lid, pull out the layout, and slide it back into that little pocket and close it. So this will look beautiful. Now, if you bought the gallery wall display kit from last month, this is the same size as the frame, the chalkboard frame in that kit. So these are designed to work together so you can create a beautiful wall display. And we're going to show you some ideas for that in the coming weeks of how to combine all these pieces together. So again, page display kit. Now, Easter is coming. Yes, it's a little bit away, but we have an Easter canvas exchange. And just like our Valentine's one, it is just these 3 designs. We wanted to keep it easy. They are designed to go on the block, so you'll see that they are shown here on the blocks. They do not come with the blocks, so if you haven't bought the blocks yet, those are still available. But these cute little Easter designs, they can go on any smooth surface. So you could put it on your laptop or the wall or a window, and they peel off, and then you can put them back on again when Easter comes around just the next year, okay? So this is the Easter Canvas Exchange. Now, we have a question about the page display kit. Can you buy the frame alone? No, it does come with the kit, and it is $49. So it's the page kit and the frame all as one kit. Okay, thanks for asking on that. So watch for the Easter Canvas Exchange is actually already available as well. So both those Anthology DIY products went on sale late last night. Now, in the product information arena, I want to remind you that we have a perpetual birthday calendar kit. It was out of stock for a little while. It is now back in stock. The supplies are slightly different, but you still make the exact same calendar where you have a spot to list out the birthdays. It is perpetual, meaning that it doesn't have a dated calendar on it. You're just listing out the birthdays for the month. So there's spots to put the people who have birthdays. You can put in photos. And it sits on this cute acrylic stand on your desk or in your kitchen, wherever it is that you want to keep track of birthdays. So on the left-hand side is where you list everything. On the right-hand side, it says the month. These are chipboard, and you just flip it to the next month, and you can see the next month's birthday. So those are back in stock. If you were hoping to get a new one, we would love to have you purchase those, okay? Now, promotions and sales. For Heritage Makers, the 10% discount that we have going for February is storybooks of all sizes. Today is the last day to take advantage of that. Yes, hard to believe. Today is the last day of February. What happened to this month? I've decided that because January seems so slow, February must seem faster, even though it's only 2 days less. I do not know why this is the case, but yes, tomorrow's March 1st, so please take advantage of the sale that ends tonight. Now for March, we have scrap pages and postbound albums. That's why we're showing this cute scrap page here. In April, bags of all sizes and shapes. These make beautiful Mother's Day gifts, so we want you to have those in time to give that as a Mother's Day gift. And then in May, we have mugs, coasters, iPad cases, and phone cases in preparation for having Father's Day come around, because those are some great gifts that you could do for Father's Day. So those are your Heritage Makers 10% discounts. They're coming for the next few months. Our Memories for Life has alphabet stickers on sale. So you saw that we have the new stackable stickers. They are working on some alphabet stickers, word art, things like that. And so we want to clear out those amazing stickers we already have. I love these stickers because it makes creating titles so easy, and 50% off, you can't beat that with a stick. So we have these 5 options, only 4 are shown, but we have the Black Noir alphabet that comes either in black or in white. We have Blue Skies, which is kind of fun, teal, and this teal looks really good with the Wonder Collection. I did use it with that. Then we have the Come Away With Me alphabet, which is brown, and it's kind of a thinner alphabet, so it adds a little bit of an elegant touch to it. And then we have Clean Slate Blue, which is kind of a grayish blue color. Again, a nice basic color that works with a lot of things. So take advantage of that 50% off sale while you can, because once these are gone, we are not reordering them, and they are great to have on hand for any kind of projects that you want to put together quickly. For those of you who are working on Year in a Snap, and even if you're not, the pen sets are on sale. We have 2 different pen sets. The Assorted Micron pen set, which is the original 4 colors, red, blue, green, and sepia, which is brown. We also have the Assorted Pastel Micron pen set, which is these ones, the light blue, light green, purple, and pink. Now these are on sale until March 31st for 15% off, which makes them $11.90 each. And I go through pens like nobody's business. I love writing with the microns because they don't smear. They write on a variety of surfaces. They are archival. So if you don't have these pens, this is a great time to take advantage of that. So make sure that you get these wonderful pen sets while you can. Next up, Studio U, March 16th is the date for our next Studio U, and we're going to talk about planners. How many of you use a paper planner still, or have started using one because they're so cool? I know I have one, and I love being able to add all sorts of things to my planners. So on this night, we're going to show you ways to take Heritage Makers products and adapt them to use in an existing planner. We're going to give you some ideas on how you could create a planner or the pages that go into your planner. So join us on March 16th at 7 p.m. Mountain Time for Planner Fun. We're going to do all sorts of crazy things that will help you be organized, and even if you're not totally organized, it makes you look like you're organized, and it's pretty. It's all about looking pretty, right? Because you got to have those good-looking planner pages. For resources, I just want to remind you that we have the Youngevity Memory Keeping Brands group. If you are not a member of this, all you have to do is request it. We just check to make sure that you're a distributor. This is for Youngevity distributors only. You don't have to be actively selling memory keeping brands, although we would love it if you did. But this is where we post a lot of information about upcoming sales. We have project sheets. We put out squares and Facebook banners that you can use to put on your own pages to advertise the products that we have. Logos are found there, lots and lots of different things, okay? So make sure that you know about this and that the people on your team know as well, so that they have a resource for building their business and finding out about what's happening in the memory keeping brands. Okay, lots of great things there. The other resource we have is on Wednesdays, the Create With Us Facebook Live segments. And the idea behind this is to show you projects that you can do with our memory keeping products, and we rotate through the 3 brands. This week, it's Anthology DIY. So make sure and join me for that. We do record it, and it is launched from the Heritage Makers page so that anyone can see it, anyone can share it, and we do post it in the group as well. So this week is Anthology DIY, then next week we do Heritage Makers, and we followed up with our Memories for Life, and then we just keep repeating that order. So each week is a different product line and a project that you can create, and you're welcome to use these at any of your gatherings to help show people how to use our projects. Also, any way to, to get people excited about things that they can do, maybe things they didn't realize they could do with the project. So make sure you check that out. Also, this is not one that's a corporate site, but we appreciate the ladies who keep this updated. YGYsocial.com. It has a list of the upcoming Zoom meetings for things like virtual crops, and then they also have training for other Youngevity products. But if you want to be part of the Zoom meetings with the virtual crops or trainings related to social selling, Heritage Makers, Our Memories for Life, and Anthology, YGYsocial.com is a great place to go for that. And then we have our idea book that you can use to help sell products. We do provide individual sections in a PDF format, and this is in the Facebook group under Files. So make sure you check that out. Now, as I mentioned, we have Year in a Snap resources for those of you who are looking for resources for that. We create a blog post that has all these things identified in it. So this is the blog post you can go to any time, and it will have links to these things. Or this has individual links. So if you want to go to the flip book, there's a US and a Canadian version of these, so you have different pricing. We have the first video that's up on YouTube. We have the training that Rhonda, Suzanne, and I did talking about Year in a Snap. That video is also on YouTube. And then there's a playlist with some additional videos that you can use for setting up Year in a Snap. So take advantage of this. It's a great option. The Team Fusion page also has some of these things, not some of them. They have these things listed as well in their files section. Most of these are PDFs. There are downloads that you can download for like the flip book or for getting started, things like that. So check out those resources. And that was everything. I kind of whipped right through that, didn't I? So any last minute questions while you are thinking, if you have questions? Oh, let me also say, Year in a Snap. Year in a Snap and the Youngevity beta sites are kind of running hand in hand. So Youngevity beta, or the Youngevity site, is supposed to be releasing here in the next few weeks as a beta site, and then officially releasing, and then Snap to Finish will shortly follow after that. So we're hoping that we have a beta here in the next 2 to 3 weeks, and then release Snap to Finish shortly after that, a couple of weeks after that. So watch for Snap to Finish to be coming. Watch for the beta. We will make that beta aware to people that want to participate in checking out that website. Okay, so Snap to Finish is getting close, as is the Youngevity website, the redesign on that. Lisa Nelson said she's updating the YGY social site with March Madness events. So for those of you who are looking for some ways to get your March really rock and roll, this is a great way to do that. In case you don't know the March Madness reference, that's what they do for the NCAA basketball tournament. So make sure you check out that. Our next meeting will be Tuesday, March 28th at 9 a.m. What questions do you have? Anything that we haven't answered? Because I see that Lisa's been very effective in getting so many of these things answered for us. The stickers, I do not have the cost on that. They are finalizing that. That's part of the reason why they are not available yet. So as soon as we have that pricing, we will let you know. Anything else I can see that people didn't get answered? Any last questions you have? When will next year in the SNAP videos be available? We are putting together a plan for any additional ones. Are there specific ones that you're hoping for? We'd love to hear topics that you would like to see on those, and we can look at getting those put together. But right now, there is not a plan for a new one in the next few weeks. So let us know what topics you think would be helpful for your Year in a SNAP projects, and then we would be glad to look at that as an option. Thanks for asking about that, Sheila. Any other questions? I'm hoping that you are having an enjoyable day. For those of you who are experiencing the lovely winter weather, please stay warm. Make sure that you have plenty of scrapbooking, paper crafting supplies on hand so that you have something to do while you're snowed in, because heaven forbid that we not have something that we could be doing with all that time on our hands. Okay, and I'm not seeing any other questions. And so we are going to call this a wrap. I so appreciate you joining me this morning. And again, make sure you mark your calendars for March 28th. Since you're here on this call, that means that you are signed up for next month already. So you don't need to worry about signing up. You will be part of that, and we will look forward to seeing you on March 28th. So have a fun day. Make sure you share your story and work in some creative time to your day. Thanks so much. See you next month. Bye.